Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallied a little bit today, but so far only in 3 waves. We want to zoom in and take a look at the microstructure in a minute. Bigger picture, well, it's not really bigger picture. We're looking at the 1 hour chart, but not much has happened today. The price rallied a little bit. I think there has been some positive news about the ETF. Just some rumors, I think, something about notifications and everything. But I think, I think most people assume anyway that an ETF is going to be launched. So it's not really, the question isn't really when. No, the question isn't really if, but maybe when. But I mean, we should get the approval early in January. That's, I think, what is generally expected. I think there has been some rumor today. There have been some rumors today. So, maybe that caused that little spike on the chart today, but it's not really noteworthy. Even if you zoom out like that, you need a magnifying glass to see it here. So ongoing correction, a slow day today, a slow day. And the idea is still that Bitcoin is obviously in this wave 4 correction. A, B, C is the preferred structure here. The C wave likely unfolding right now, but it's morphed. If it is unfolding, then it has morphed from an impulse down into some kind of a strange diagonal structure again, which can easily change. Okay, so these diagonal structures can easily change in structure. The detailed wave count can easily change the microstructures because they are corrective. So these subwave structures are corrective. And my alternative would be for now here that Bitcoin's B wave is unfolding as a triangle or is resetting a little higher so that the B wave would still be unfolding. So either the C wave is unfolding right now, which is at the moment until the market shows me something different, which is still the primary pathway and expectation. But as soon as the price breaks above this last swing high at $43,837, I have to assume that the B wave is being reset, possibly as a more complex and overshooting B wave or simply as a triangle pattern. Looking at immediate downside potential, a few things to mention. So far, the price, yes, rallied off the lows, but only in 3 waves. So let's go to the 30-minute chart. You see that it's at the moment only a 3-wave move. We're looking at Fibonacci extensions. It's reached roughly the 100% extension level, and that's typically a key target for an A, B, C structure. So Bitcoin might have just completed wave B. I've just added another micro count here, a smaller degree wave structure within this 3rd wave. I've changed it from an impulse into a diagonal pattern, even though this could still change, but it's very messy. But, the Bitcoin hasn't even made it above the last high, even though it could do that now with this structure. So I decided to give it a bit more space. For me, the key level is up here around 43,837. Oh, it's just below that. I mean, that last high here that was made on the 28th of December. Then we can draw another trend line here, and Bitcoin hasn't even broken that. So there's nothing, at the moment that tells me that this overall assumption has to change. The current assumption is that the C wave to the downside is unfolding. But, again, we have to be prepared for further sideways action. My viewpoint remains the same, that until we see a first proper 5-wave move to the upside and a 3-wave pullback, we have to assume further sideways action or downside is happening. And we need that, we need that correction to basically enable the chart to rise again. Now, obviously now with the upcoming ETF news, and event, it's difficult to say if there will be a sell the news event, buy the rumor, sell the news. Could very much be. And we talked about that in the member live stream today, that Bitcoin might just continue to grind sideways, I don't know, until the 10th of January. It's not too far out. Maybe we even stay in this triangle pattern. I don't know. And then maybe there will be a sell the news event, announcement, approval is there, and suddenly we see it drop before a recovery can continue. It was like that when GBTC was approved at the time or launched. We also saw anticipation, and then it dropped afterwards. Now, I'm not talking about a crash, but I'm talking about that C wave that we are waiting for. Yeah, markets are very dynamic, so don't try to really draw conclusions about individual altcoin charts from the Bitcoin chart. I mean, they are not necessarily moving together. Just look at the TRB chart today. It's completely escalating, you know. There will always be exceptions, and they move in their individual waves. Of course, there are correlations, but they are not as important as people often think. You know, just an example, you know, when people say, oh, all the altcoins are doing what Bitcoin is doing anyway, well, that's absolutely wrong. You know, it couldn't be further away from the truth, given that, for example, Bitcoin started a bullish structure and bull market basically already in November last year. Whereas, I mean, I don't know how, you know, what the percentage is, but roughly, I would say 80% of altcoins made new bear market lows afterwards. Okay, so Bitcoin was performing throughout 2023, whereas altcoins weren't. So it's not that the altcoins are doing what Bitcoin is doing. You know, there's enough in the charts to prove this. But yeah, we'll see. We need a breakout. We need a breakout. Until then, we're just going to chop around here and have to adjust microstructures, because in corrections, they are not really predictive, but they give us a roadmap. We just have to be flexible about it. None of that would affect the higher level, more relevant assumption that ideally we get one more high in the fifth wave here in yellow to 50K plus. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.